Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is the Horror Minds of Mighty G's. Time to recap last night's episode of episode 4 of It. Welcome to Derry. Yes.
Y'all ready for this?
Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is the Horror Minds of Mighty G. And of course, as always, if you have not seen episode 4 of Welcome to Derry, I'm going to have some minor spoilers in here. So if you haven't seen the episode, please stop the video. Go watch episode 4. It's available right now on HBO Max, and then come back and finish watching my video. Once again, you have been warned. Now, in last night's episode, we see that Charlotte Hamlin, after learning that Will is sweet on Hank's daughter, Ronnie, she goes out of her way to help her father, Hank, before he gets sent to Shawshank prison. That's because we learned that she's part of the civil rights movement. That's the reason why she got in all that problem down south, and I think she got put into jail. That's why Larry is a bit hesitant that she doesn't make the same mistakes, but you can't stop a good, strong black woman. Ha ha ha. Now, while visiting Hank in jail, we learn the reason why he wasn't home the night when the children disappeared to the theater. That's because he was having an affair with a married woman, but a white married woman. And even in that particular part of the country at that time, that is a huge no no. Meanwhile, Ronnie, Lily, Will, and Rich take the pictures that they took of the spirits the other night to Chief Bowers, but the pictures don't show any of the spirits. There's a slight image of Pennywise, but they just look at it and just says, all we see is stones. And of course, he chastised the children for being out the cemetery that late at night. So what they tried to do, unfortunately, didn't work. Now, after another frightening encounter with Pennywise while out fishing with his father, Will comes up with a theory that whatever is attacking them is trying to increase their fear so that it can devour them later on. Very good deducting. Will's a smart guy. You see, early in the episode, while Charlotte and Leroy are having their back and forth because he has so many secrets he can't tell her, she decided to spend some time with his son. So he decided to take them fly fishing. And unfortunately, well, Leroy's not really into it. And then when he almost catches a fish, he gets caught. And then he sees a very disturbing images of his father in the water. And when his father comes to wreck him, the burn marks are on his arms. Oh no. Pennywise holds no bounds. Now, meanwhile, back in school, let's not forget about Marge when she tries to play a cruel prank on Lily. And thanks to her and the pancakes, Pennywise attacks her by making her eyes bulge out. It's a very disgusting scene, causing her to try to stab one of her eyes out before Lily stops her. Very disgusting scene. Very good, excellent practical effects, which we'll talk about later. Now, after Will has another encounter with Pennywise outside of the house, Leroy confronts General Shaw on who they're trying to find, and he shows Holland speaking to Rose's nephew Tennell in a secret room on the base. Halloran uses his powers to enter Tennell's mind, and we get to see the origins of the entity and how it gained more power as it killed. He sees Tennell's Native American ancestors devise a way to contain the entity in the area that is now called Derry, and also shows Hallahan the location where the entity is located, and that is the old Neboyd house. And that's how the episode closes. Now we'll talk about more of that last act later, because that's purely is the heart and the best part of the episode. But I really like what was happening here. Now that we get to see a lot more people are becoming into contact with Pennywise, right when after Leroy saves Will from drowning, and he talks about there's a certain evil in there. We get to see the signal. I mean, the balloon, the red balloon, which is a symbol of Pennywise floating in the lake. And the same thing happens when Will sees Pennywise through the telescope right near their porch, and he sees the balloon up in the trees. So we're getting some more interesting depths starting to see about who Pennywise really is. And I really have to talk about that scene in the classroom because when Marge says something's wrong with her eyes, and all of a sudden her eyes start to gouge out like snails, that's because they actually were seeing a movie or a presentation or projection of snails in the classroom. So of course that's what Pennywise does. So obviously we all know that it's just a vision, but Marge is seeing this for real. So she actually tries to stab. She stabs up one of her eyes, and before she can stab the other one, Lily saves her. But unfortunately, everybody in the class will think that Lily is the one that actually stabbed out Marge's eyes. Not a great scene, but now he's attacking the other kids. Now, obviously, something is going to come between what Charlotte is doing with Hank. There was a very good scene right there, but when he is the closest, the reason why he wasn't home because he actually had an affair with a married white woman. It's going to be pretty interesting to see where that goes. But and one of the scenes that you show what's going to be happening in some of the next episodes of Welcome to Derry, we actually see Hank getting on the bus to Shawshank prison. And obviously, that's not going to be a good sign. We'll have to see how far Charlotte is going to go to try him not to go to that prison. Now, obviously, the best part of the episodes is we get to see the entity of the origin. We get to see that it crash landed to Earth. It was in some type of container, but when it hit the Earth and hit right down, it unfortunately broke the container and the spirit was released. The Native Americans found a way to use that container as weapons, but unfortunately, the evil kept spreading and spreading, and so eventually they got together and was able to form a huge circle around what is now the area of Derry to contain the entity. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how Holloman is going to use his powers to locate those things that will keep Pennywise contained. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that's going to play out. So overall, another good, exciting episode of It. Welcome to Derry. I'm really enjoying this series right now. Like I said, because of the great practical effects they have, the acting of all the cast is fine. There's some great acting in here, some great direction, and of course, I believe next episode we will see Pennywise in full glory. So I'm waiting for that. So there you have it, horror fans. That is my recap of Welcome to Derry episode 4. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, like. It sure really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. And I see you in my next video. Guys, stay safe out there.